But I agree with you, dude. I'm not a spiritual guy, but I believe in energy. Because you know the basketball right now is to me, if you don't believe in energy, just watch basketball right now and listen to those guys talk about they feed off the crowd. The energy they feel from all of those people. When you walk into a stadium, a home, like a football field, and it's a home team, and the game's going well, you can feel.
How about comedy club?
Right, you can feel it. So
you can feel it. It's like, you know, those bees that all sync up and then kill the other animals. It's like that bzzz.
You can. It's visceral.
And you feed off
without a doubt. And so,
now, how would you quantitate that, or how would you describe that? You know what I'm saying? Like, the scientist came in and was like, well, what's going on here? Like, when you get to the Comedy Store, if you do, you know, the Helium or wherever, you know, in Portland, and it's a sold out crowd, and you walk in, you can feel the vibration of human bodies. Like, it's this weird trance.
Negative energy too. But also, dude, like, negative energy too. But also, dude, like, we've all been around getting up people who are.
I get up at 5.
You can feel them walk. They have a different.
There's something about them.
There's a different energy.
There's an aura. There's this weird energy. Like,
and everybody listening, you've been in a room where someone's walked in or what, and you're like
dark energy.
Yeah, it could be dark or something, but you can kind of feel
heavy.
I believe in energy, dude. And so I've had the conversation. Look, I'm Jewish. Beth is Catholic. Jacob went to Temple Israel for preschool, but we put him in Notre Dame for high school.
Sure,
because I wanted him to take he can choose for his own. Like, it's not up to me what he's gonna believe. But when they ask me what I believe what you believe, which is we're energy, and when our body leaves, I think sometimes the energy sticks around. That's just what I think we're all. I think that's how I feel it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's how I feel.
Trying to describe that kid as a nightmare.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know. It's not that I don't, but I don't know.
Do you think it more?
Because Rogan made a good point with Post Malone. He goes, ghosts wouldn't just show up during scary times when it's dark outside. Like, we've never seen a ghost on the beach. Well, like, you've never seen a ghost like in the club. Like, why would they just avoid clubs?
Here's what you want to hear my theory on that.
It's such a good point.
You don't think there's a ghost in the club?
No one's ever seen it. There's no picture. It's always this spooky house. Like, ghosts only decide to stay in these creepy ass areas.
I'll tell you.
And that's because of movies, right? That's because we associate it. Like, movies paint such a dramatic picture for everything.
Ghosts so it's in like daylight. Well, I mean, I think.
Like, why isn't a ghost at a football game?
Because
a comedy show.
Here's what I think. First, I think harder to see the ghost in daylight. That's not I don't know what the fuck that is. That looks like the bird shit on the window. Like, I don't know.
It's true.
But I think harder to see ghosts in the daylight. But I also just believe, man, that
you believe it, but like bad beings.
I believe in bad and
evil.
Good. I believe in bad and good. Because I believe in energy, right? So I believe that sometimes bad energy gets left behind.
Do you think it just all stays here on Earth?
No, sometimes
it goes somewhere else.
No, when the energy's gone, I think it's gone.
Oh wow! So then you don't believe in ghosts, dude.
I believe in that. So say you die, man, right?
Yep.
But your energy stays here. Did you just fart?
No, I was tapping on wood.
I thought you gave me.
I don't want to die.
What is the wood?
Tapping on wood, dude. It's like a good luck thing. You don't want to tap. You know,
knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I tapped on wood.
Yeah, but what did you?
Because I don't want to die.
Okay,
I'm like, if you die driving home.
By the way, I don't believe it, but just in case, you know what I mean? Just one.
I don't even know if I believe that, but
But I believe that sometimes, man, like, the energy stays and until it's done, until it burns out. That's why I think ghosts end up
they're
like
stuck
doing the same thing.
Yeah,
because that's kind of what they're. I'm gonna tell you a story that you may or may not believe.
You're gonna tell me a ghost story right now?
I'm gonna tell you one you may or may not believe.
Okay.
All right.
Now, be careful, because I was on Ghost Adventure with Zach Baggins, so I know my share of ghosts.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell you one you may or may not believe, and for sure, I'm sure I'll get a couple of toasty comments on
Yep.
this.
Yep. I mean, rightfully so, though, you know?
Yeah, man. And by the way, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
what are you going to do?
So I did a show for Facebook this year called Josh Wolf's Wonderful World of Weird. I got a leech put on my asshole. I got, oh, dude, it was a banana show.
For medical reasons? Or?
That's what they said. But I just did it for the show. I ate bull dick soup. I went all in, right?
Did you travel all over the world for this? Or?
All in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
All in Los Angeles. Well, we went down to this hotel in downtown LA. And I believe in energy, but I've never really come across ghosts. So I've never really experienced it really.
Sure.
So we're in this hotel, and one of the rooms, was just disheveled. And they were like, well, we'll send you up to this, whatever that room was. And I go, why this room? And they said, well, we can't rent it out because people always ask to leave that room because weird shit happens in it. So you walk in, it's got upside down furniture. Nobody's been in there, but there's 2 separate rooms in this hotel room. So we walk into this one room, and it's kind of chilly, and I'm like, huh. I walk in, but nothing's happening. We walk into the other room. It's noticeably warmer. I'm talking to the ghost expert. He's telling me shit, and I don't know how much I believe it. You know, I'm leaning into the show a little bit just because
you're
it's
trying
the show,
to make entertainment,
right?
Yeah.
We walk back into the first room, and we're finishing up the shoot for that room, and we all hear some music, and I'm like, you guys hear that music? And there was a little radio, like an old-timey radio, that was playing just this old country music.
Love it.
And it wasn't on, by the way, when we walked in. On now. So I'm like, the crew's fucking with me.
Yeah.
Okay. And the ghost guy goes, he said, that I think the guy in here likes music, the ghost that's in here. And I'm like, well, yeah, whatever. And I said, let's just, so we can finish up the shoot, let me just unplug it. So I unplug it. Now, when I unplugged it, before it turned off, it got louder. Which is, I'm like, whatever, maybe it's just an old radio. And we finish up the shoot, and the guy says to me, hey, plug it back in. Don't keep it unplugged for this guy. He likes music. I plug it back in, different station, so different music, not country anymore, and louder.
Interesting.
Just plugging it in, plugging it out, radio turning on by itself. Now, I was like, what? The first one with the radio being on, I didn't have eyes on everything.
Yeah, shit happens.
I'm the one who unplugged and plugged the radio in.
That is weird.
And so it's one of those things that's when something is not, I can't explain it.
You can't chalk it up to anything.
It's hard for me.
Well, do you hear about that
somewhere.
one lady downtown?
Oh yeah, I already know what you're talking about.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I'm talking about?
What you're talking about?
Yeah,
The water tank.
The water tank.
That's the creepiest. One of the creepiest.
That's
things
the
to me.
never
creepiest
heard of
story
it.
in L.A. It's a hotel. Your chin all stressed out. It was a hotel downtown L.A. and she went missing. They have her on the elevator, terrified. She goes missing. They find her in a water tank, but this water tank, they had detectives and investigators like, there's no way into this. There's no way to get into this water. How the fuck did she die?
I mean, there's no way into
There's
it.
no like you would. There's this the way the water tank works. It's not like she could climb in and like there's no logic. Yeah.
So
they have her surveillance video. Elisa Lamb.
Yeah.
She was bizarre. So she's just terrified here. And
the-
the next
She's
time
scared of something.
terrified.
Look at her pressing all the buttons on that one road down,
Why
and the
is she-
elevator door doesn't want to close either. And they just watch her, and you'll freak out.
Why is she pressing all of those buttons?
No one knows.
But she keeps looking like like something's chasing her,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh yeah, that look out the door right there, dude, is
Look how
8-year-old
look,
me.
She's hiding for something. Look at her.
What the fuck, man? And they never solved this?
Nope.
No.
So they
found her
never-
in the water tower. Inside the water tower, that they can't figure out how a human could get into it.
They're saying it's too heavy for her to like open it. Then
How
come
big?
inside
How big
and-
is this? Like, is it like one of those old timey things that they used to keep the water in for
Yeah.
the?
It's an old building.
that's
Cecilia, I think.
big.
Cecilia Hotel.
Yeah.
You know.
And it took like a machine to pry it open and look in there.
And why isn't the
Cecil.
elevator moving yet?
I know that's what's creepy. And then she just does this weird stuff.
And so there's no video from when she gets out of the elevator. That is,
I mean, I don't think so, but
crazy.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, man.
her hands up right now.
How about when I got off stage at the Laugh Factory? Right away, you go, bro, I figured out what you look like. I'm like, what? This is from a bunch of other comics. I'm like, what? You're like, you look like a Rottweiler who got his shit together.
Oh, you do, bro. Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, dude.
Grab that mic, son.
You do. Look, bro, look.